I chose to do air pollution for my Capstone project. The question that I have to answer is, how can we stop air pollution that causes human disease? First, we have to figure out what pollutions are causing diseases. The first pollution that I found was lead, and since passing the Clean Air Act, it has dropped by 98% in the air of the United States. This is because people started to realize how bad lead is for you and what damages it can cause. So people have started to stop using lead in so many products. The second pollution is particulate matter. This is caused from the combustion of fossil fuels and is one of the main contributors to it. The third pollution is ozone. It is a beneficial chemical when it is up in the atmosphere, but once ozone is on ground level, it becomes a problem. It is a toxic pollutant when it is on ground level. It is also one of the key ingredients in smog, which is seen in bigger cities among the world. The fourth pollution that I found was nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide. They are both released by the combustion of fossil fuels, and they're both a colorless chemical and can cause damage to the lungs and airways when people breathe it in. The fifth pollution that is causing diseases is carbon monoxide. It comes from burning fossil fuels and it prevents people from getting oxygen. Secondly, we need to figure out what the health concerns and diseases that are coming from these pollutions. The pollutants that cause the most concern include particulate matter, carbon monoxide, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. These pollutants can cause stroke, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, acute respiratory infections, and acute respiratory infections. These pollutants cause 7 million deaths per year. And 99% of people around the world breathe in air that exceeds the World Health Organization's guideline limits on how much pollutants can be in the air. Ways we can stop air pollution that cause human disease. The first way is by reducing toxic emissions from industrial sources. We have to stop letting these big corporations continue to pollute our air with their carelessness when they use these factories. There must be limits on how much fossil fuels a company can burn to help bring down the emission numbers and to make the air more safe to breathe in. We have to reduce emissions from our vehicles as well. They are a heavy CO2 emitter, and we can reduce the amount of time driving in cars to help reduce the amount of pollutions that come from these vehicles. Some ways that we can do this is by creating carpools and by using public transportation systems that are already set up in cities. We also can start to make the switch over to electric cars to help completely get rid of fossil fuel burning cars that pollute the air. The third and final way that we can stop these air pollutions that cause human diseases from the Clean Air Act. The requirements of this act took effect between 1999 and 2011, and when it is fully implemented, these standards are projected to reduce annual air toxics emissions by 1.7 million tons. This would help get rid of the diseases caused by air pollution, since the amount of pollution being emitted into the air should go down significantly.